Hello.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Ahmed. Hi, this is
Thanks.
Sasha.
Thanks very much. Where are you from?
Serbia.
Oh, Serbia. You live in Serbia?
Yes, I'm in Serbia right now. What
Mm.
about you?
My name is Ahmed. I'm from Iraq. I live in Iraq.
Nice. What time is it there now? Do we have the same time?
It's 9 o'clock in the morning.
9 o'clock. Okay,
What
so we
about
have
there?
7
What time
a.m.
there?
7 a.m. So it's a
Oh,
2 hour
7 a.m.
difference. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, different hour. Yes. First of all, where did you study English? In Serbia or then USA, in Europe? Which university
Actually, in
did you?
Africa.
Ah, Africa?
I know it's very strange and
Ah,
unexpected, but yes, I grew up
you.
in Zimbabwe. I lived in Zimbabwe when I was a
Mm,
kid.
okay. You studying English in Zimbabwe?
Yes, that's where I learned my
Mm.
English. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Which certificate you graduated from? The master or baccalaureate?
Bachelor's degree, but not in
Bachelor
English.
degree is it?
Yes, my
Ah,
bachelor's degree is actually in tourism, not in English.
ah, oh,
Mhm.
nice. You are. Do you have something about grammar?
What do you mean, something?
Mm. About you want? I want to discuss about something in grammar. Like, are you doing? What
Yes, of
different when
course.
what when I ask when you use are to ask verb are and verb do, what time do you use are and what time do you use do?
That depends on the tense that you're using. Do is an auxiliary
I
verb.
have something in my mind. I think we use are when we use the present continuous, and we use do
Okay.
when we use past continuous, past
Yes, but
simple.
it doesn't only have to be for these. So it's not only for these. You don't use these
Mm,
two only when you talk about these two tenses and not any other one. So there are
mm,
different tenses that use these different. Wait, I will show it to you like this. Just give me 1 second. So it's not only about using the one tense for one thing and the other tense for the other thing. So, for example, for
mm,
present simple, for present continuous, for present perfect, for all of these, we will use I do, I am doing. For present continuous, that's also do. For example, when we talk about the past, we will do I did something, I was doing something. So again, we use do. Are is used in situations where we talk about, for example, um, are if you are talking about the first person, you are going to say, are am I doing something? Or the second person, are you doing something? But when you are talking about he, she, it, in these situations, you can also use do. So it's not only
we
focused on like,
we can say we make verb to be question in the present continuous. For example, are you married? Are you late? Are you single? Are you teacher? Are you doctor? Like that.
yes, but this is not the present continues. Are you a teacher
Mm,
would be like the present simple tense, for example. Let me just open my window.
mm,
So it doesn't, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be only for the present continuous or only for the simple tense.
mm,
So there are many different situations in which you will use it. So do is an auxiliary verb. It can be used in
mm,
many different situations. It's not only one or only the other. But I will show you like this. Just give me 1 second. I just have to find. There is a very,
mm.
very good website where you can practice
Ah,
the tenses.
yes. Send it to me this website. I really interesting to look for about the website to improve my English language and grammar, both of them. Let me ask you first this question to remember when I discuss with you. Want to learn English and grammar, both of them, or separate language and grammar if you want to learn English?
To be honest, I do not think
Yes.
that it should be separated. So I do think that
Mm,
these things should be learned together, and I think it's the best way for you to combine it.
mm,
However, I don't think that you should have like everything in one lesson. So maybe one day you will just have language, the other day you will just have grammar, and then on the third day you will have both language and grammar. So it's always best to make a combination of all of these things, to practice a little bit of everything. But I think that when you are speaking, this is the best way to practice your grammar. Grammar is not only practiced by writing down. No, grammar is also practiced.
You should to understand the grammars. You should to understand the grammars when I use this specific rules or specific something. Okay, is there something or is there rules to use the R to specific things? I know that we can use the do for the actions, specific actions. For example, do you like pizza? Do you like hamburger? Do you like to eat like similar that something in daily routine? But is there specific rules or to use R when you ask about the use R?
Yes, so when we talk about using are and using do, it depends on the tense that you are speaking about. That's where the rules are. So you cannot just learn, okay, I use are when I use the present continuous tense. No, there are many different rules. So you have to learn all of the tenses in detail so that you can understand the difference. So for example, in the present simple tense, we do not use are because we have do. Do is an auxiliary verb, but are is actually a form of the main verb be. So it's not the same. It's very, very different. And it depends on which tense you are using, when and how you are going to use it. So the rules depend on the tenses that you use when you speak in English. So of course, it's not going to be the same if you use the present simple tense or the past simple tense. Do will be different. Are will also be different depending on the tense that you use. So when it comes to are and do not put them together because they are not the same. One is a verb and the other is an auxiliary verb. They are very different. So when we use do, we use it as a helping verb to make a sentence. But when we use are is a main verb. It's a verb for itself. It has completely different rules than do and then any other verb that you can use. So don't put them together. They're not the same.
Are it's auxiliary verb, but do it's main verb.
No, do is an auxiliary verb. Are is a
sometimes, but sometimes we can use do as main verbs. For example, what do you do? First do it's auxiliary verb, and second do the main verbs.
Of course, yes, that's true. Do doesn't have to be only used an auxiliary verb, but are
sometimes
is a form of be. Be is always a main verb. Always, always, always. It cannot be used
always.
as an auxiliary.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, that's exactly. We can use it for the yes. Tell me about the present simple. It's easy present simple. There's this. Let me to tell you something about the present simple. Tell me if there's something it's wrong or be right. The present simple use it to something about the real, like the sunrise, and we don't use the verb to be, like am and is are. We add us for the subject. If for the main verbs, we use the main verbs like play, eat, write. For example, she writes his homework, and he plays in the playground. And we use the negative. If you want to make the negative sentences, we add the not for the main verbs. For example, he don't play in the playground. Sorry, he doesn't. He doesn't play in the playground. He doesn't play. We use. By the way, we need to discuss about when we use this doesn't main verb or auxiliary verb. I think auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb.
In the present simple tense, when you use it, it's an auxiliary.
Yes, we use it with. We're talking about something singular or plural. Singular with the he, she, it for example, it doesn't rain today. It doesn't. The sun doesn't shine today. She doesn't eat her breakfast.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's right. So for he, she, and it, we use it, and it's always for he, she, and it. It cannot be used for I, for you,
Okay.
for we, for they.
Yes. If you want to make a question with the does, for example, does she go to her college? No, she doesn't, or yes, he doesn't. Okay. And does he play with his friends? Yes, he does, or no, she doesn't. Yes. I'm going to be understand this does. We use does in the present simple, and do we can use do in the present simple and does in the present simple, right?
Yes, that's right,
And
because do is used for
I think in present simple it's easy.
Yeah.
Not it's very difficult to understand this present simple.
Yes, present simple is not difficult. Just remember about when you use the present simple. So you use it to talk about things that are happening now. You're using it to talk about the general time that something is happening.
Yes, general time. Yes.
And we have the third way of using it, which is the general time and situations now, a combination. So there are these three ways that you can use it. And then it has the differences there. But yes, of course, this is the easiest of the tenses and the easiest to remember. So you don't have to change the verbs. The verbs always stay the same. No, they always stay in the present tense. Yeah. And of course, remember the difference. Why it's important to know the difference between the auxiliary verb and the main verb. Because when you are using the auxiliary verb, then when you have a main verb, the main verb will not have any additions. For example, in the continuous tense, we will say driving, for example.
Yes, by the way, let me explain something. I'm sorry to interrupt your speak. We add the ing for the verb, for main verb in the present continuous, but we do not add anything for main verb in the present simple, just add s for the singular person.
Exactly.
Yes, and there's we add s and es in the present simple for the words or some words to add with the s and ch and the she. We add es, and we change some words or verbs when we add. Oh, sorry. Yes, unfortunately, we lost the power.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Yes, and sometimes to Bon appetit.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, it's water.
Okay, sometimes to change the some words that it's ending with the y and before I before sorry before we add es to change the y to I and add es, right?
That's right. Yes. So, for example, in the word cry, we will take away the y, put the I, and add the es.
Yes, all the words all the words that's ending with the y to change y to the I and es.
Yes, that's true. So dry, cry, fly, they are all the same. So you are going to take away y, put I, and add es, of course.
Okay, it's my pleasure to speak with you and speak to really understand your. It's really amazing tutor from Serbia, Serbia in Europe.
Yes, Europe.
Okay, tell me about my level. Which level I'm?
I would say you are intermediate, or maybe I would say intermediate because we only talked about two tenses, but maybe you are even lower advanced. That could also be true because your speaking is quite well. So don't focus just on the grammar. Focus about other aspects too. You know.
But by the way, I'm teacher. I teach English in primary school. Should I focus on the grammar? Okay, if you have a link, send them to me.